To show you how to put up the awning on the side of the van. So we've got the Vango Galli 3 awning here. We've got the awning rails, pegs, the pump that comes with it, and also the bedroom pod if you should need it. Now that you've got the awning out of the bag and you've unfolded it and laid it flat, you want to make sure you've got it the right way round. So you're looking for this flap, which is light in colour, and there are Velcro hoops that go all the way along the edge. There also is this black rib, which is what you'll use to attach the awning to the side of the van. So now we know we've got it the right way round, we want to make sure we can find all the corners to the base of the awning. So there's one here, there's one over there, and there's two at the end. And the next thing we want to do is attach it to the van. To attach the awning to the side of the van, you will need the awning rails. First of all, you'll need this long strip of fabric, which has thickened edges on either side. And there's a little lip here in the side of the van where you just feed the fabric into, and you feed it all the way until the end. There will be a piece hanging over the edge, and that's just if you've got a longer wheel-based van, it will also fit that as well. Next is attaching these plastic rails, and you do them one at a time. So there's two circular ends, one of which will attach to the fabric you've already put on the van, and the other will attach to the awning. So you just feed it through and run the rail all the way to the end, and you do the same with the other two. And now we're ready to attach the awning. I'm going to get Josh to come and help me. So you will need two people for this. For one to do the feeding through initially, and the other to keep the fabric coming as we go along the side of the van. So you feed this piece of fabric through, and you just keep running it through these plastic rails. And you keep going all the way to the end. And that is it attached to the side of the van. So before we inflate the awning, we want to put these stoppers in, and just so the fabric can't slide along the rails and move. So with these stoppers, you want to make sure the end is all the way like that. And you put it in the end, just like you did with the fabric, and slide it across to where the fabric ends, and gently tighten it up. You don't need to go till it's tight. That should be far enough and it won't move. You also need to do the same the other end, and make sure that the awning is pulled out level with the van, and you've still got all your four corners of the base of the awning. We've attached the awning to the side of the van. You want to lightly peg the base, and you want to have 6 pegs in total at the end of each air beam. So you've got one peg here at the end of the first air beam, here at the second, and then again at the end for the third. You will also have the same at the front of the van, so there are 3 pegs there. So to blow the air beam up, we use the pump that is provided by Vango, and you'll see at the end of the pump it says inflate and deflate. The end will just twist and come out, but as we're wanting to put the awning up, you want to make sure the end of the pump is attached to the inflate valve. There are 3 valves on the awning itself, 2 at the front here and 1 at the back. You'll see they will all have covers on them, which will just twist and come off. The end of the pump you want to line up in the valve, push down and twist 90 degrees clockwise so that the end of the pump is attached to the air beam and we can get pumping. So this is what it looks like after you've pumped up the air beams. So we need to gently take out the pegs that we put in lightly earlier, line it up properly with the van and then go round and peg it all in. Now adjusted it, pulled it out in a couple of places and pegged all the hooks in along the side and the back of the awning. We've done the guide ropes at the front just to show you. There are 2 more, one either side and a couple on the edge of the awning here. There are also storm straps if you get particularly windy weather, which will keep your awning in place. So come in and have a look. This is just an undercover porch area, really helpful for storing tables, shoes, coats, etc. This is the living area, really spacious for any extra storage you want. There are clips up here behind the beams where the bedroom pod sits, so it finishes about here. As Dougie's demonstrating, it provides a lovely extra space for if you've got 4 of you in the van, you can easily seat 2 people in that bedroom pod. And the door comes straight out of the awning and you can get straight into your van. And there's another door straight outside if that's where you're wanting to go. So if you're wanting to go out for the day and you want to detach the awning from the van, or you're wanting to take the awning down, you just loosen the stopper that you put in this rail to stop the fabric moving. You slide the stopper out, pop it in your pocket, and all you do is you get hold of this long piece of fabric and you pull the fabric out. And that's it, away from the van. So once you've taken all the pegs out and the air out of the air beams, you then want to fold the awning up to put it back in its bag. You need to start from the van end first because the valves are at the furthest end of the awning. So if you folded it from that end, you often end up with air still in the air beam this end. Ideally, there'll be 2 of you doing this, it is easier, but I will do it just myself. You want to do 4 folds until you reach the end and then roll it up. So you do 1 fold and just try and get the air out as you go. 2nd fold. Again. And the last fold. Now from the end of the awning, you just want to start rolling it up. Again, keep pressing down, trying to get as much of the air out as you can. And that's it, ready to go in its bag.